Good morning. Happy December. The countdown to the big day is on, but we've got our own big day to look forward to later this afternoon. A vital Sky Bet League One game against Bradford City to look forward to at lunchtime. We're on air for just an hour today because that kickoff will be happening at 12:30. So do just stay with us throughout the morning and into your afternoon, and we'll get you ready for the game that's in store. And we've got plenty in store for you on Argyle Breakfast as well over the next hour. So let's have a little look at what you can expect coming up. In just a moment, we'll be hearing the story behind Woody from Bastille's love affair with Argyle. That's a good one. You don't want to miss that. And a man who has a foot in both camps, Anthony Sarcevic, now of Bradford, but formerly Argyle, talks about how his time at Home Park rekindled his love of football. So, like I said, plenty coming up for you on Argyle Breakfast this morning. And to help me count down to kick off, it is none other than Aaron Cusack, the man in the green chair.
Indeed.
Sofa.
Green sofa. Good morning, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Are you feeling in the Christmas spirit? We've decorated the studio aptly.
We have, haven't we? No expense cover spared, which is great. No, I'm only joking. No, I only get into Christmas spirit when I know I've done all my shopping.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't done that yet.
Right. Is that on the cards?
It's on the cards.
Okay.
I've got, what day are we today? I've got 19 days.
Yeah, perfect.
Maybe 15 days.
Absolutely fine.
So.
And we've utilised elements of the studio well this morning. If you head over to our Instagram page, me and Aaron did a wonderful FIFA World Cup-esque style draw with the Christmas bauble. So do check that out if you want to know what else is coming up on the show this morning. Did you watch the World Cup draw last night?
I didn't, but I did watch some of it back because I saw people commenting online. I wasn't aware it was on, to be honest.
Yes.
And then I heard of the shambolic delivery. I'd like to think our version was much better.
Well,
slicker.
You'd hope so. I've never seen anything quite like it myself. It was an experience that I'm sure some of you have your own opinions on as well. But now we know who England are playing next summer, so you're feeling quite confident.
I am, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think we might win it.
I mean, that's a bit of positivity I'll take at the moment.
Why not?
You've got the same kind of feelings about Argyle today?
Absolutely, of course.
Good.
Yes, I mean, yeah, of course. You know, we are 2 clean sheets out of the last 3 games. I mean, obviously, last weekend was really disappointing second half.
Yeah.
But they rallied on Tuesday. I thought they did well Tuesday night. Whether it was a much change late in or inside, for me, it's irrelevant. It's about how you put yourself against the opponent that you play against. And I thought for the last 20 minutes in particular, we were strong. For me, we had experience in the team.
Yeah.
I think that helps a lot. Okay. We've got some experienced players coming back and playing, and everyone knows the importance of today. Let's hopefully push on and get some points.
I suppose the question going into today, which we'll look at in more detail later on, who might be scoring the goals for us, because there's no to lie.
Interesting. I mean, people have got to step up.
Yeah.
There's just you can't hide away from it. You know, you say, like, you've got to, who wants to take the responsibility? Who wants to become the new hero to put the ball in the back of the net? You know, and hopefully they're all willing to step forward. That front line, why not create a new hero during his absence of scoring goals? So, let's see.
Should we? I don't know the players you've chosen, so should we get into them? And then
sure. Yeah, we've only done one each. Bobby Poynton would have been my player of choice with 6 goals and an assist, but he's suspended. So I've gone for the next person who we've already covered, Anthony Sarcevic, former Green, 5 goals and 2 assists already this year. 33, 34 now. So in the so-called twilight of his career, but will bring an abundance of experience. Really good footballer, Aaron. We know that. Yeah. I mean, his time at Argyle, over 100 games. He was involved in 30 goal contributions. That's goals and assists. So, you're looking at 1 in 3, which is a really good return.
Yeah.
What a tackle that is, by the way. But he leads, doesn't he? Leads by example. He likes the pressure is a privilege to him. And what he does really well is he scored lots of goals for Argyle like this. He just gets in that little area to invite himself to score goals, so he anticipates moments really well, and he drifts into pockets really, really late. And if we don't track him, he will pop up in the most dangerous areas today. And then, unfortunately, if we give him those moments, he will probably put them into the back of the net. So we've got to make sure that they don't switch off. One thing that the team have done, I think, quite poorly this year, they've ball watched too much, where they follow the line of the ball and they don't anticipate the pressure around them. 1 goal, 2 goals
Yeah.
came like that last week anyway. So hopefully they've got their checklist ready to put into place.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. And Sars as well is a big presence on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we saw that. I mean, that tackle was crazy.
Oh, it was horrific, wasn't it?
He, you know, kind of bounced back from it a little bit because he's a strong player, isn't he?
He's a strong runner. He's a good football player. He's intelligent. Like what he said, he drifts. I like players who can drift into little pockets of space because they can see the scenario unfolding. And someone like of him who's played, you know, hundreds of league games, has good football acumen, knows how to score goals, and you know, we don't want him to score today, but of course, you know, we've got to be mindful of what he can bring.
Okay, who have you picked for Argyle?
Well, I've gone with Onaseni
Okay.
because we need a new hero.
Yes.
You know, Talai's out at the minute. Bradley Ibrahim, who's second top scorer with 3, is not available, nor is Caleb Watts. So, you know, Onaseni, when he gets a bit of a run and he can break lines, he's got a really composed nature to him.
Yeah.
And I think that if he knows he's going to get a prolonged run in the team over the next 3 or 4 weeks potentially, it might let him settle down. But he's got a bit of a poacher kind of element to his game. Like, he scores lots of little tap-ins, but you know, I think it's confidence and obviously form. And if you're not playing often, you can't demonstrate confidence, and if you're not playing with confidence, you can't show any decent form. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And I know he's only scored 2 league goals, but he's scored 5 in all competitions, which is an okay return. But they've got to make sure, Erin, that they support him. Unfortunately, he's not capable to win a game on his own. Yeah. And that's not being disrespectful to him. That's an honest assessment. So he needs teammates around him. He needs to get players, distracting opposition players as well, make him run channels. He's got good legs. He's a quick player. But they've got to get and support him as often as they can. And we've already seen he's quite potent in and around the box. Okay,
watching that and hoping that Argyle can get back some of that magical home form is BBC Radio Devon breakfast presenter and Match of the Day commentator John Akers joining us in the studio. Morning, John. Thank you for coming in.
You're very welcome.
Gosh, I mean, where do we even begin?
Where do we begin?
With Argyle at the minute? I mean, I suppose let's touch on. You are an Argyle fan.
I am.
We are allowed to say you're an Argyle fan. But of course, you know, Radio Devon covers the whole of Devon. So when you get to discussing things Argyle, things sport, how do you try and maintain that balance?
Yeah, I don't. I'm going to be honest, I don't. Because you've got to be authentic.
Yeah.
And I am, like my true self, probably a bit of an oversharer on the radio.
Yeah.
So I'm an Argyle fan. So City fans, you know, and Torquay fans, they message in the show. They know I'm an Argyle fan, but it's playful banter. And if City or Torquay did well, then I'd be happy. I'd be happy as well for them because it's good for the show. It's good for Devon. It's a good story. So it's a bit of a win-win. Yeah. Obviously, when Argyle play any of them. And,
well, I was going to say, did you get some stick after the Devon derby?
Just a bit.
Surely, yeah, absolutely.
We've got James Vickery, our sports editor, who's a big Exeter City fan. So, I got a bit. But I'd had a few good years. There've been some good times, you know, since I came back. Argyle have been doing that. So, you know, you have to take the rough with the smooth.
So how many years have you been doing the breakfast show now then, over on Radio Devon?
Just done 3 years. I've just celebrated 3 years of doing the show.
Yeah.
And every time I mention that, I think about Sparksy. I think about Gordon Sparks and the fact that I'm doing the show because he's no longer with us. And, you know, I think about him every day. Every day I'm in his seat. You know, there's still a coffee stain on the chair that's his. You know?
Is there really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
I still think about him all the time and just hope that I'm making a show that he would have liked. Actually, just before he died, I messaged him when he wasn't very well in St Luke's and said, look, a cover position, and it was a cover position's come up while you're ill to sit on your show, and I just wondered if it would be all right if I applied for that. And he was like, yep, go for it. You know, you're an Argyle fan. Yeah. We've known each other for years. You know, you'd be a great fit for it. So you go and cover it with my blessing. And then by the time I got the job, he'd sadly died. So it's full of emotion when I think about 3 years because of Sparksy. What a legend, brilliant commentator.
And his legacy is just it will never end with the club in Plymouth. He was just such a fabric of the community, I think, wasn't he?
And the mural's brilliant, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's amazing.
Really nice touch.
When I first saw that, you know, it's hard not to sort of well up. You know, so big shoes to fill, but it's a brilliant job. I absolutely love it.
What time do you have to get up in the morning?
4:30. That's not so great.
No.
That's not so great.
I bet it's all right in the summer when the sun's coming up a bit. In the midst of winter, perhaps not so much.
Awful.
When I'm on the golf course in the afternoon,
yeah.
it's great getting up at 4:30 and being done at lunchtime. But yeah, you get used to it. I just constantly feel a bit jet lagged. So
Okay,
yeah, that's how it works. But it's brilliant to be doing that show. You know, I've done loads of things I never thought I'd do. Be on the BBC Breakfast sofa and Match of the Day, as you mentioned, and still be able to report. I'm reporting for 5 Live today on the Argyle game, so I'm lucky to be able to do that and go to some top matches. I'm at Palace Man City next week and doing the commentary of that. So still travelling around from here, but back home where I love it, where I can walk to Bobby Beach and Wembley Beach, and I could do the Yelm walk, you know, and get the ferry across and sit in the ship and look at the view, and just, it's magic being back. I just love it.
Because where were you before? Stoke before?
Yeah, I lived in Stoke-on-Trent for 20 years.
Oh,
it's nothing like the Shire.
It's
nothing like the Shire, but amazing warm people, lovely people, and I had a great time there. And you know, my voice, a bit like Sparksy's here, is all over the Stoke City commentary of when Tony Pulis, who came here for a bit, obviously, took them up, you know, through the Championship with not a great budget, and then survival, and I did FA Cup semi-finals, final, Europe, Valencia at the Mestalla. I had a brilliant time following them. It was fantastic.